Studies say that travel improves brain well-being and even lowers a person's chance of heart disease and depression. Anything that your mind says has an identical response from the body cells. We would like to break more laws if one law is too strict. Cognitive dissonance is when you have two contradictory values, and you change one to match another. There's a neurological explanation why you thought like your phone was vibrating, because there's absolutely no warning, called phantom vibration syndrome. People who view crime shows and films have consistently overestimated the frequency of crime in the real world. The force of authority may have the same effect on a human as a traumatic brain injury. It is also found that staying optimistic about the future can powerfully shield people from physical and mental illness. The broken heart condition is also called stress cardiomyopathy, which could lead to critical, short-term heart muscle dysfunction. Our minds are working on making boring speeches more exciting. You're conditioned to enjoy the songs you've most listened to in high school. If you can't interrupt the stream of thinking at night, write it down. This is going to put your mind at ease so that you can relax. Memories are more like pieced images than precise snapshots. When you feel like you're low on something like money, you're obsessive about it. Women have half as many pain receptors on their bodies as males, but they have a much greater threshold for pain. Your brain is doing more imaginative work when you're sleepy. Physically, repetition affects the brain as new associations are made between brain cells. Some people live their lives as if they were in a reality television show. Feeling as though you are in a TV reality show is considered the Truman Syndrome. The starting and the ending are easier to recall than the middle ones. Seeing others favorably shows our positive characteristics, seeing others negatively reveals our negative attributes. The maximum number of close relationships/friendships you can maintain is between 50 and 150. Any relationship born between 16 and 28 years of age is more likely to be robust and long-lasting. Emotional pain is remembered better than actual pain, which has a greater influence on your behavior. Depression is often referred to as the product of thought. Imagination causes issues that didn't exist. Convincing yourself that you slept well tricks your brain into believing you did. Romantic desire is biochemically indistinguishable from serious obsessive-compulsive disorder. Phobias may be memories which are passed down through many ancestors by means of our DNA, according to new studies. Researchers are thinking of adding internet addiction to the general list of psychiatric illnesses. We might persuade ourselves that a dull job was enjoyable if we weren't rewarded. Sugar and fat were pretty good stuff to our predecessors. Our brain doesn't think that long-term deadlines are so significant. Our own local culture and environment can sometimes cause hallucinatory voices. Religious rituals, such as prayer, are associated with significantly lower levels of mental issues or psychological discomfort. Your choices are more logical because you think about another language. Human behavioral studies indicate that a person who loses mobile phone experiences a fear comparable to a near-death experience. A hug longer than 20 seconds will produce hormones into your body that makes you trust the individual who is hugging you. About all colors have a physical wavelength associated with it, but the magenta hue does not. Instead, the brain is actually viewing the color as not green. Almost all colors have a physical wavelength associated with it, but the color magenta doesn't, as your brain is actually interpreting the color as not green. We scream out when we are really happy, and our hypothalamus in our brain can't distinguish the difference between good happiness and sorrow. The brain experiences rejection as physical discomfort. One research claimed that a man who was named Billy Milligan had 24 personalities.